Guys, have you read any good books recently, Dane?
Fuck
Excuse
no,
me.
pussy. I don't fucking read books.
Oh, whoa. That's Dane. I don't think that's Dane though. Who are you, sir?
Bitch, I'm Bouse.
Bouse. How did you get on this podcast, sir? I see your
Listen.
red beard and you're
Listen.
okay.
Okay, you see that pussy with the other red beard?
Whoa.
He's a louse, right?
I don't see
Well,
one.
guess what? Like Rick Ross, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
You understand?
That was happening.
This is real. This is authentic. This is
Okay.
real beard. That's gay shit. What's up?
It looks yours kind of looks like half of a red sweater. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, Bouse, good to have you. I like your USF sweater and your red beard and your Toyota cap. It's very nice. Have
Take
you,
all that off. Take all of that off.
sir, that we don't know? Have you read any good books recently? Sir?
Have I driven my AE86 Corolla? Yes. Have I read a book? No.
That's actually
Tell
true.
me more.
Well, that's funny that you asked there, Bouse, sir. We here at the Brewmasters Club have a new sponsor, and it's Audible, audible.com. So today's podcast is actually brought to you by audible.com, and we want to offer a free book to anybody that signs up for a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Brewmasters Club. Now, there are 180,000 titles, Mr. Bouse, to check out and choose from for your iPhone. Do Bouses have iPhones? Are you an Android man? Or are you a Windows phone?
Listen, Microsoft is my bitch. Do you understand?
All right.
Xbox, Windows, Microsoft, boner.
All right.
In that order, though. That's the important part.
Yeah,
So
it leads up. It just leads up to that.
Yep.
You play it up. Do you often use your Zune player, sir? Is that what you use?
Groove.
Yeah, we still use Zune. Like, that's a thing.
Got to get on that groove shit, man.
I got stocks in that shit.
Okay, and Zune. You have stocks in Zune. How are they right now?
I'm making millions.
You're making millions off Zune stocks.
Look at me.
In the
Hey,
Bouse.
cool glasses. I drive an 86 Corolla. What's up?
Yep. That's okay. Well, that's great to hear, sir. For your Zune player, I would highly suggest that you check out audibletrial.com/Brewmasters Club. Get yourself a free book, 30-day trial, and support the show.
So you're saying someone's gonna read me a book?
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
that's how audio books.
So I buy a book, or I get a book when I sign up.
Right.
Someone shows up to your door.
So I'm a.
Nope.
From this great podcast. So
What's wrong with your beard, sir?
Yeah, yours seems to be
for
falling.
this great
I think your
podcast,
teeth are a little crooked.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be able to freaking buy or rent. Do I rent it?
No, it's yours. It's yours forever. You don't have to give it back. It's yours.
And they're just gonna read it to me, and I just listen to them read.
A little voice inside your head.
Unlike your beard, which looks like it came out of the lint trap from a dryer, you'll need to return that very soon.
It looks
Right.
like yours. It's fine.
Okay, well, I'm glad that I've piqued your interest because this promo has now run past the 45-second mark. So Audible's really getting their money's worth here. We do suggest you check it out, but Ryan, Laus, you guys want to start the show?
I think
Let's
I'm
start
here.
the show.
Yeah, I think I'm here.
All right.
This is a restricted area. Is this a drill or something? Negative. Fine by me. I hate drills.
You crazy mother.
Welcome to the official podcast of the Brewmasters Club, Craft Brews and Geek News. Sit back, pour yourself a pint, and let's get into it. Now here's the founder of the Brewmasters Club and your host, Donnie Gallagher.
Welcome to another episode of the Brewmasters Club podcast. This is Craft Brews and Geek News. My name is Donnie Gallagher. I'm the host of the show, joined by my two and a half guest host. I've got Mr. Ryan. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me on.
Good. And Laus man, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing excellent as the one and only Mr. Lousman with a red beard.
Right, and I think we have a guest co-host today. His name is Bouse. No last name, kind of like Seal or Sting.
I'm the real boss man with the legit red beard, glorious red beard. I'm
Fold
glad.
nicely.
I'm glad to be here. Go Bulls.
The Bulls.
Go Toyota.
Why are you still
And
doing the
I
bull
like-
symbol?
I like beer.
I like red beards.
I like Steel Reserve. And I like bacon. What's up?
You're just a man's man, aren't you, Bouse?
I'm
Sorry.
the boss.
Okay.
Like
all right.
Rick Ross said, I'm the boss.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
that's great. I wonder where Dane is because I don't know. But
He's
maybe
on
he'll come back
duty.
later. Okay, perfect.
Ghost Dane.
Someone's yeah.
Ghost Dane?
Yep.
He
okay.
went to where he needed to be. He's not a ghost
Perfect.
anymore. I don't know where he went. You can speculate.
All right. I think we'll do just that.
Oh, excuse me.
That beer's having some trouble.
So thank you for being here, Bouse. We really appreciate you, man. And Ryan Lossman as well. Just to start things off, what we want to talk about, of course, what we always do every week is talk about our beer news. So we have some beer news. We actually have a lot of beer news today. And then we'll get into some of the more techie, geeky kind of fun. Hey, is that Dane?
Hey.
Oh,
What's
hey.
up?
Did you just come in? Hey,
Here.
buddy.
Dude,
How are you, man?
Yeah, some asshole with
Oh, he's a real asshole.
some lint beard going on. I don't know what that's all about. Kind of look like you, Louse.
Oh.
Weird.
That's, he probably was missing.
Well,
out.
is he staying at your house right now? Because it sounds like, I mean, he's now where he was where you are now. Is he?
Yeah,
Is he a
he's a good friend of mine.
Oh.
Met him in math
Friend-
class.
Friends with a bunch of assholes? Is that what you are?
Yeah,
That's cool.
he's
Alright.
gonna go drifting. He'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he'll be back later. Good. Well, maybe he's only going drifting for 43 minutes or so before the end of this podcast. Maybe he'll be back. Who knows, right? I
We'll
doubt
see.
it. Dane, thank you for joining us. It's good to see you, man. We're glad to have you back in the cast. I know you took a week off to do your civil duty, and we do appreciate that, my man. What we were about to get into here was a little bit of beer news, as you know. What we do here on the podcast. First off, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but what day is today? The 9th, 8th? 3 days ago, and many, many years ago, on 1933, December 5th, the 23rd, 21st Amendment was ratified. What that meant was that the Constitution was repealing liquor and all sorts of things, beer included, and that was lifted today. So I just wanted to say, how fun is that? It's not fun at all. But do you guys have any thoughts on pouring a little bit out for the homies?
Oh yeah.
My landlord doesn't appreciate that. Hardwood floors. I just got to be real for a minute. That's my thought.
I'll
But
pour out some for the homies. Why not?
Well, I just think that it was a weird time in America's history, but how cool was that beer came out of that and breweries and shit like that actually survived through that. So I thought that was very interesting. And I just thought it was noteworthy to give a shout out to that because it was definitely part of our nation's history and you can't deny that.
It's
And it
also
worked
noteworthy.
completely opposite to what they had intended it for, the fuckers.
Yeah. I figured you of all people, Ryan, would have some insight on that because
I do.
opinions at least.
it's
Oh, very
noteworthy also that these are original hardwood floors.
Okay, well, we get it. You're not pouring. I'm not saying actually pour it on a carpet in here.
You
I'm like,
came on strong at the beginning of that, though, so I feel like I just need to bring that home. So
The floors don't need to have beer poured on them. Just go outside your back door. You'll be fine. But it did nothing but spike crime and spike all sorts of illegal activity, and death rates went through the roof. It had the opposite effect that they actually wanted it to. So thank goodness that they ratified it in 1933, and now we can all drink craft beer and liquor and whatever else we fucking want. So
and the only spike we get is
Kudos.
Spike TV, which is perfect.
that's a great point.
that's your end.
I don't
point,
think
of course.
Spike TV is perfect, but you might like Spike TV because they show you just enough cleavage and side boob to keep you going. That's all they do on Spike TV.
Side boob is
deforestation.
part of the best boob, by the way. We'll just throw that out there. Side boob's awesome.
Oh, it's the most tasteful for sure. I mean, I absolutely love it. But
Especially in the moonlight. Throw that out there too.
Moonlight? What sort of girls are you startling to get that much moonlight side boob? I gotta
Moonlight special featuring Ryan Roberts.
Like-
Side boobs.
Is that the genre of adult documentary that you partake in? Because I
Hey,
don't
I'm not going to go into
understand.
details with what goes on behind the bed or behind the closed
You're
doors.
just sitting
but,
behind the
you know.
bed, just like
I
in
do
the
this.
drywall and the headboard
Again.
being like, "I'm so sneaky." Like, is that really
You got
what's
it all-
happening?
You got it all wrong.
It's Moonlight
all wrong.
Special.
You got it all wrong. You got
Okay.
it all wrong. You
Moonlight
gotta
Special.
lift the shades a little bit, turn sideways, and kind of go with the luminescent light. That's how it works.
Yeah, when you're peeping in your mom's bedroom, I get it.
That would be not very cool at all. Mom, if you're listening to this podcast, which I know you do every Friday morning,
Poor Ned, she does listen to this podcast.
Oh no.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. She's probably wearing her headphones as she listens to it right now.
Ah, shit.
Oh boy.
Damn it. But
Well,
anyway,
so-
yes, December 5th, awesome day. Back to beer, not sex.
Yeah. Moving on. Moving on. There was, and this is just a quick tip because there's a lot of hot tips here. A lot of hot tips coming out about how the craft beer industry is slowing. I really put this in here as a conversation piece because personally, as we've mentioned, I have two articles here that are kind of going into each other, but you guys have probably seen them. Dane, I'm sure you've seen it in the news up there where you're at. We've seen it down here. These, AB has put out articles we've talked about in the past that craft beer is slowing. Personally, I don't think it's slowing. I think that craft beer is finding a niche for each person that wants to be successful in it. And those that aren't successful are not having great success. And that's just part of capitalism and business as is. But this Oregon study said that craft industry is slowing after a decade of expansive growth, which is just phenomenal. There's many state, county parts that are lacking, neighborhood brew pubs, and they will get them. And that's where they think that honestly, the most growth is going to be over the next 5 to 10 years. There's going to be these micro pubs, these brew pubs, these small guys that pop up in every corner. And then you can go like we did for last Saturday when we unleashed our beer, the Spartan Kick IPA. We popped by one brewery, went to the next brewery, and then Ubered home, and it was just a fantastic experience. So, do you guys agree, Ryan? Do you agree that the micro pubs, the brew pubs, these small breweries on the neighborhood corner is going to be the future footprint of beer, or is it going to be where the monsters take off and the small guys drop off? What do you think?
Depends. Yeah, it depends on what they want to get out of it. If they're looking to be that big time, Stone Brewery or something like that, Cigar City, then maybe they're not going to be able to compete because there's so many. But at the same time, it's all about what they want to get out of it. So if they can stay local and they can survive off of what's in their community, like the Craft Life or the Loop or something like that, then they're going to do it. So I don't buy into it as much as what I think people are making it out to be. And I've got my points for that, which I'll share in a little bit as we talk about this, but I don't buy into it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, the next article is also pretty relevant. Lousman, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I have 2 points. So first off, you're trying to tell me that people brewing beer out of their garage is not really doing so well these days? Is that really, is that really new? Not newsworthy because it is, but it's kind of believable. Like if that was a choose your own ending and a Goosebumps, I'd have been like, fuck that one. But like honestly, Goosebumps,
Yes.
forever. But my second point is that, isn't it, just the tiniest bit suspicious that like a large beer manufacturing company would be like, hey, so the other guys, they're in the stinker right now. They're just stinking up the joint, just like they're doing bad. You should buy more of ours. Also, buy one get one free, which has been in my local Publix. Budweiser, Bud Light, and I'm like, what's the deal there? That's
Good one.
Is that it?
Oh, I thought there was more. Come
Oh,
on, man. You can't leave on a cliffhanger like
You
that.
said, what's the deal there? I'm like,
yeah,
what is
like-
the deal?
What's the deal there?
Oh, the deal was just there. That's it. Drops off right there.
That
There's
was
no more-
the deal. The deal is what it was. Got it. Okay. Hey, Dane. You got anything more to
Hey,
say?
all right. So, great bit there, Louse. Outstanding. Now, to me, it's a vicious circle. You got your small microbreweries, independent companies. They're going to be small. They might grow. They're going to become big, go away. Then, boom, here comes some more small, independent microbreweries. Boom. It's going to be a vicious circle. That's how it'll be.
And the ones that taste good will continue on.
Yeah, the ones that are
people that make
good
the
will
better
continue
beers.
on because
Absolutely.
I think that's the main goal with
So, Dane,
creating a
is-
product and trying to make it and create it and sell it.
is the main goal for you that you want to taste something good that starts small and becomes big in your mouth? Is that what you look at? that what you just
Alcoholic beverages, yes. I mean, if something's good enough, I'm gonna.
Nope. There's a
No,
space
no.
right there. There's a space right there.
There's
in what
something
you
good
just
enough,
said.
I'll produce more of it, and if it pops off at the right amount and it tastes good,
Okay.
then yeah, I'm gonna sell that shit on the streets. You understand?
It sounds like you were
Just a little-
enjoying that.
little
Trademark.
He wasn't
Trademark that
trying to-
load.
Oh, God.
Oh Lord.
Speaking of loads, you know that we're up to 5,000 U.S. breweries this year. It's insane, 5,000. So the record was, I think it was 3,800, or I think it was just over $4,000. First time since the beginning or before Prohibition, there was 38 something in the United States. We're up to 5,000 breweries, and that is measured by the Brewers Association.
Is that like
That's through the
breweries that
end
have
of November.
started
Go
this
ahead.
year?
Yes,
Like
that
just
is
like
actually
started
one-
out. They opened up a door and
Yep.
then brewery
Yeah.
came out. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's an increase of 730 over last year end, and 99% of those companies are still small and independent. So this story right here leads right back to the story. It's a perfect segue for the previous story that talked about how microbrews, brew pubs are kind of the thing that's really going to pave the way over the next few years. So
I'm gonna stop you right there. The
5
perfect segue has 4 wheels. Sorry, it's a call to car. It actually gets you there without looking like a douchebag. But I'm sorry.
Unless you're a mall
Perfect
cop,
segue.
because that would be really cool if you're a mall cop. How to segue?
I mean, you'd be in a car, so you'd be a rent-a-cop. But that's not. Continue.
So on top of that
Well, what-
study, those 5,000, the BA, that's the Brewers Association, not but S. I don't know what that would be.
Ass butts.
That's the AB. That's the one
Is that where
BA.
you're going that bit?
I guess so. I don't know. It's a terrible bit. They counted 1.2 million home brewers, which Ryan, me and you're one of them. High five. Woo! Helping to create 11,000 jobs, generating $1 billion in spending and more than $700 million in revenue. Also, on the homebrew front, we covered this, I think, episode 4 or 5. The National Homebrew Competition this year remained the world's largest beer competition, drawing in 7,962 entries. That means that guys like me and Ryan and you guys literally brought our little beers up to their competition and then said, "Here, judge this." So almost damn near 8,000 brewers brought in their shit, and that's just incredible, man. So we hear one article where they say the craft beer industry is slowing, and then we hear the other article where there's more breweries than has ever been before, and there's more home brewers than ever been before, and the competitions where home brewers find out they can become breweries is greater than ever before. I think this is on the Dane and Lausman school of thought, saying that there's no fucking slow to this. This shit is still going full force, right? It's got to be.
You know what? Those numbers are completely inaccurate because they're not taking into consideration all the homeless brewers who are brewing,
That are making
who are
bathtub
brewing
in toilet seats in the sun.
right on the streets of Lakeland or the nearest town near you, any town, USA. Those aren't home brewers. They're non-home brewers, and those are
homeless
don't drink
brewers.
don't drink that.
I don't want to go to that competition.
I've been there. I've been under that bridge. Don't go there. It's not a good time.
Yeah.
This is a pigeon IPA. Well,
I like that. Actually, I really do like that idea.
Okay, so the last bit of beer news that I brought to the table today is your holiday gift guide. Although I don't know, guys, you want to get into that next week when we can actually talk Crimbus stuff, Christmas? Yeah, let's talk Christmas.
Right now, I'm good.
I want to.
You can't be over it now. Ryan's got to be. Ryan, you got to be broke, and all of your storage closets got to be filled up to the brim.
I can't get into my stair closet right now. There is so much stuff, and none of it's for anything to do with me or even Ashley. It's just the kids. I can't even get in the closet.
Yeah, and you have 2, so
I don't know how I'm gonna wrap. I don't even have wrapping paper.
That's your first
Just
problem.
Just
If
let
you're
him
not
open the
knowing how
closet.
you're gonna
Merry
wrap it.
Christmas.
Yeah, just dude, unlock the closet and let it just like
Just fall out.
fall, and just be like, hey, "This is the best thing ever." Just scream that repeatedly. I think that'll go over pretty good from a guy.
Present.
And then I'll be like, where the hell did the kids go? Oh.
Yeah, they're buried under the Power Wheels. They're fine, dude. They love those things.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, dude. It's perfect. See, this is
These kids
good
today.
advice coming from a guy who doesn't have kids. So trust me, you're fine.
I'm totally.
All right.
Yep.
So moving on. So we usually touch on this one in between our beer news and then our next topic where we talk about what beers are brought to the table. We talk about the app and we say just a little bit about that. So today's segment, of course, we're talking about how we love our beers and our beer pairings, and we had an excellent Thanksgiving beer pairing menu. We released that, and we'll do one for Christmas as well, just to kind of get you guys through so that you can survive Christmas with your in-laws, family, wherever you may be. We'll talk about some different beers to bring for the meals, different things that you're going to have. But that's what we do here at the Brewmasters Club. We are all about experiencing new beers and pairing them up with what you are already doing, whether it be eating or drinking or hanging out or the occasion, or if it's cold outside, it's warm outside. We're kind of your guide, and we help to kind of steer the ship. We teach everybody that we know about new beers and different things to try, and we hope that you hop on board. And that's what we're here for. That brings us to our segment called "What Are You Going to Drink? What Are You Drinking?" I can start us off because I don't know where Dane is. I'm afraid that hopefully Bouse isn't coming back. I didn't really like that guy.
Me neither. You didn't? That's weird. We should never allow him back.
drifting.
Yeah, well, he's not drifting. Yeah, he probably wrapped his
He's like
8-6 around a telephone pole, so he's probably dead now. So we don't need to worry about him ever again.
Maybe
Yo,
he's
Bouse
dead.
is dead.
Bouse
Yeah,
is
Bouse is dead.
dead.
Oh, he died.
just here.
Yeah,
it's
he
a-
gone.
It's a real shame to see that the crotch of a red pair of sweatpants to be dead, but I can't agree that that's a bad decision. I
Hey
think
man, he's your evil twin. It's not my problem.
he's not my even twin. Apparently he's dead, so it's nobody's problem anymore except for the coroner.
He was y'all's, bro.
Well,
Not mine.
I ain't
He
paying
was
for it.
dick.
I'm paying for the burial.
it's
So I do have a beer that I wanted to talk about because Ryan brought it to my house and I've been drinking it.
Oh, that's where that one went.
Yeah, there was one.
Dick.
There's one left, and I'm a dick. I'm sorry. It's a Terrapin Moohoo chocolate milk stout, and it is just lovely. It's cocoa beans and from the Olive and Sinclair Chocolate Company, which give them a great, of course, chocolate flavor and taste and all that jazz. I just, again, like our unofficial sponsor, Sierra Nevada, I really just love Terrapin. Like everything they make, I think I like. And I don't have to say much about it except that this is this chocolate porter it's fantastic, and it's just a great beer. A stout. I'm sorry, I said chocolate porter. It's just a great beer, and it tastes good, and it drinks easy, and it pairs well with sweets and more intricate foods or like your heavier steaks, things like that. Just a really good beer. Ryan, I know that you enjoyed this beer as well. Do you have any final words on my choice of beer today?
Not at all. It was a wonderful, wonderful beer.
It was technically Ryan's
Yep.
first because he brought it over and paid for it. You're just drinking it, so.
But at the same
That's very
time,
true.
sharing is caring, and I feel proud to have shared that beer with Donnie. So.
Sharing is caring,
Yeah,
but
well, I
sharing needles is dangerous. So where did that
Oh,
get?
right.
Well, good thing I'm afraid of needles.
That's great.
Good thing
Don't
I'm
share
afraid
those.
of or caring for that matter. The beer I'm gonna drink is the beer I drank last weekend. It was the beer that Ryan and I brewed. It was our Spartan Kick IPA, and very good. It drank more like a barley wine than an IPA, I would say, just because it's a little bit sweeter. It smelled very hoppy. It was very strong smelling, but it wasn't overpowering, and it's probably fizzled out in a lower alcohol than we expected. But and Ryan, you can touch on this too. Pairing it up with spicy Cajun crawfish boil that we had last Saturday. We had crawfish, we had clams, we had calamari, we had shrimp, we had potatoes, we had corn, we had celery, peppers, we had garlic. Oh my God, butter, Old Bay. It was literally like the perfect beer to pair with that. So I'll be drinking some more of those later, in the next few days. And I just had to mention how great that was with our crawfish boils. So Dane, what did you bring to the table, man? You got anything, or are you back on the wagon? Or off the
Bro,
wagon? I don't know how it
our
goes.
official sponsor, Sierra Nevada Torpedo. It's what I drank 2 weeks ago. It's the only thing I got in the fridge. So,
All right.
yeah, it's an IPA, extra IPA, good stuff. The beer I will be drinking next is the other torpedo that's in the fridge.
Good for you.
Well played.
But yeah, back on the horse a little bit, at least.
All right.
I
Giddy
feel,
up, cowboy.
yeah, maybe
Giddy
you
up.
had too many torpedoes because it's supposed to be the wagon. You shouldn't be riding the horse. That's why they made wagons.
That's why they made the wagon part.
Yeah, that follows that
Well,
weird thing
you can
behind it.
you can be the punk bitch and ride the freaking wagon. I'll ride the horse like champ.
Dane grabs this donkey by the reins.
I grab the reins.
Yeah, but if you're still on the horse and it's dragging a wagon, you're just looking ridiculous because you're going.
we're
the same
going top
speed.
speeds. People, it's like a roller coaster ride.
You're coming
You
at
don't
me
know
with
what-
wagon speeds, and I don't think you understand how this works.
Well, let's try it out, there, good sir.
Are you
Rent
trying to tell me to
yourself-
rent
Yes.
a wagon and horse, and
Yes.
then just
Fly
run
you
down
horse
for
part.
this? Like,
We'll
how am I
just
supposed to
be
get
a
you
bunch
here?
of boomer Sooners, and just ride out to the west.
It's out of control.
I'll be on the horse. You
I-
can be the
you
bitch in the
mentioned that.
wagon.
Bowser will
Speaking
be
of being out of
Bowser,
control,
whatever.
Lousman, what did you bring?
I don't know why I had to go almost last here because I literally was ecstatic to open mine. But
There's
what
only 4 of us.
I feel like you forgot about mine and how excited I was to open it because I'm getting it out of the ice bath that I prepared.
In all
Um,
honesty, I totally did
Why does it
forget.
have a
yeah. I got an
Oh,
ice
La
bath.
Dune.
Did you pull it out of the paint bucket you fill with ice?
There goes the cat. Damn near out of the bag, you jackass. This is the big surprise that I had. La Fin du Monde. Very excited. Love it. This
How many louse bucks was that?
this was 10 Laos bucks, aka
Oh.
real dollars, because those
And
are
it
real.
came with a
It did not come with an ice bath. That's a bucket of my own design. But this is a Belgian style triple ale, and
Mm,
I walked
very
in.
good.
Oh, this is my favorite. I absolutely love this, and the reason I got this beer is because this is also in my opinion, and to several other accounts, the highest ABV beer that you can get at Epcot. That's right, guys. This mother effer is at
Woo.
Canada. You can pick it up. It's the standard issue, like $9 a hit, but whatever, man. It's also 9.0 ABV, so definitely a good choice for Shark.
great beer.
However, I waited for this particular one to open it on camera, so we can continue on. But I'm not good at opening these types of things, so we're just gonna see how this.
No, we want to watch you open it now. The
I-
suspense
I'm
is killing me. You have to.
Just, hey,
the suspense is killing you.
awkward silence. Let them finish. Open it.
Can we get? Yeah, are we laying down tracks?
Is
for,
that what
like,
you said? Is that what you said to the guy that started?
You got to twist
I
it
can't-
hard.
We're
Spit it out.
going. I'm gonna put the microphone as dangerously close.
Yeah, but actually, if you face it towards your face, then we can really
I'm not
hear
gonna
it.
do that. I'm
Put
not
it in
gonna.
your mouth.
You don't.
Is it gonna? Is it supposed to fizz like champagne?
No, if you gotta
No.
look at it real hard. Just look at it
Oh, it moved.
straight on.
You shake it up. Shake it up real good. Like you won
Yeah.
the freaking Stanley Cup or something.
Or like you at a best.
Yeah.
Best one, never mind.
Yeah. That too.
Canadians are the worst.
like
They're
if
the worst
you
kind of
had-
people.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it
National
goes. Everyone, shut your faces. Shut the mouth. Shut it.
I do.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good pop.
It's a party.
Dude, that was
Do you
loud.
know that 12
Oh wait, that's like 3 weeks away.
12
That
people
was
every
actually-
year kill themselves with champagne corks.
Happy New Year.
Dude, that was
No,
actually
that's not.
really loud. Like my neighbors upstairs and sideways heard that one. I've got
Gotta
several
put-
neighbors.
Oh, where'd you get that copper tail glass? Oh, wait, probably copper tail. Fuck.
From a Coppertail.
Hey, where'd you get that Sam Adams glass? Oh,
Yeah. You know what? I stopped by Anheuser-Busch and they were side arming him into a river, and I was like, "Hey, man, hook a brother up." And the guy was like, "Okay."
I
That's
was
what
like, hey man, I'm
happened.
gonna clean up that river.
Situations where you
So-
start talking about something, you're like, oh, now I fucking get it.
Yep.
My bad.
It's all right, Ryan. You're cute. You're just
Yeah, at
slow,
least
man.
Very.
So can I talk about my
Slow, yeah.
beautiful Quebec-made beer, please?
Quite the head
I don't
there,
know, man. I
buddy.
really don't have much appreciation for Canada's.
Boom. Anybody appreciate that?
No,
That's a
Justin
3-finger
Bieber.
head.
That's
Or are you
exactly
hiding
what
the
they
fourth?
brag about. I wasn't adding a fourth. This isn't prom night. Okay. All right.
Tell that story sometime.
That's a weird joke. So huge fan of this beer. Love going to Canada. It's usually
What is that, Labatt Blue?
Sure, it's a Molson for those who've just tuned in. I love it when I play hockeys. But honestly, I will do the weirdest worldwide navigation at Epcot, because I will go into Epcot, and for those of you who haven't been, Epcot's shaped in a circle, all the countries around it, one that Disney recognizes in the UN of Disney. I will go into Epcot, I will hit Canada, double back to Mexico, and then usually hit Canada one more time, and then I'll see the rest of the world. And those are the first two countries that you come to. So that's how good this beer is, in my opinion. That's all I've got.
All right. Well,
Go
good, man. That's
Canada.
good to say. Yeah, I like it.
All right.
I do like a good triple, even if it is made in shitty Canada. Anyways, Ronnie, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, definitely. One of the beers I'm actually going to skip ahead. One of the beers that I am drinking is the Spartan Kick IPA. So I feel like it's getting better.
Hoorah.
Oh, dude, I feel like it's getting better as the weeks go on, but I'm really I got like 4 left. So I got to be a little careful with that. Kind of gave
I'll
away
have
too
some left too. I'm bringing some on our Christmas with the in-laws, but I'll have some when I get back, so we can drink some in a month or so. It'll be the end of this month, but it'll be a couple more weeks, so should be good.
I'm hoping to maybe have another beer brewed before then, but we'll save that for another day. The beer that I ended up picking up, I've never seen before, and maybe you guys have, but it is the Founders Sumatra Mountain. It is a brown imperial ale.
Coffee.
Yep, with Sumatra coffee, and I got to tell you, tastes great. Comes in at 9.0 for the alcohol, 40 IBUs. It is very smooth. You can get the coffee notes, and it's also got that nice brown ale, connotation to it. So great beer.
Does it taste more like a brown? Does it taste more like a brown, or does it taste more like a porter?
Well, now that you mentioned porter, with the coffee, it kind of.
It's the coffee. The coffee just instantly that like it's like burnt coffee bean, not burnt coffee beans, but like when you roast coffee beans and you get that like that gritty kind of coffee flavor. Anytime there's like a brown or something that has coffee beans in it, all I taste is coffee, which makes me think porter when sometimes it's not. Like that one is a brown. So I was just wondering if you caught coffee or porter or brown.
Well, since you said it, I caught porter, but originally I was like, oh, I don't drink brown ales a lot, so I'm actually proud of myself for drinking a brown ale. So thanks, Donnie.
Way to
But at the same time, if I was to drive to work drinking that in the morning, maybe
You'd get fired.
Yeah.
You'd get fired.
Man,
I'd be like, I'm drinking Sumatra, man. Like, what do you
Or
want?
a DUI, whatever you want.
early morning DUIs are never the way to go.
I don't know what they put in my coffee, but that's Sumatra all day. So it says it on the bottle.
Where do you work again? Can you give us the phone number of the place of business that you're at and the address, as well as your boss's email, so we can maybe just
1-800-995 go fuck yourself. That's
oh, perfect. I was really worried you actually. So I was like, please, everyone call him. Tell his boss that he's drunk at work.
I have one more thing before we get off of this.
My boss encourages the beer drinking, by the way. They brew their own. The owners of. Well, I shouldn't give out too much information. So.
Yes,
man, we just get smashed during working hours. We just brew beers. We're pretty much a microbrewery. Sure we do.
Yeah, out of the garage.
They own their own microbrewery now. I'm just not going to say where. So.
Is it out of a garage? Because is it? Well,
not your garage. No.
Yeah, I have a carport, jackass. Way to remind me.
That's a half of a garage. Sorry.
3/4. Can I talk now? Because I have one more thing that's really important about beers that I wanted to drink, and I thought that this is worth mentioning.
Absolutely.
So, at one of the local craft beer places in Brandon, Florida, it's called the Craft Beer Cellar. They did something that I thought was actually pretty neat. It's obviously not going to be for everyone. It is in the spirit of the holidays. I don't mean to jump too far into it, but it is a beer advent calendar.
What?
Yeah. Cool. I really, really wanted to pull the trigger on this one. I just financially couldn't justify it. But the deal is 24 beers, whatever you want, $85. I know I lost you guys on the number, but The thing about it
Only
is this,
$3.
see where we're going with this? I mean, that's actually, when you did the math relatively quickly, yeah, it's kind of alarming. Okay, took me a calculator and a half, but that's fine. Um, he is correct, to anybody who's wondering the number or listening while driving or driving with a calculator but refuses to play along.
Or if you're Ryan and you're drunk and you're listening to this, you guessed it right, buddy.
Yeah, it's great. You guessed you win all the jelly beans, buddy. Good work.
No.
But in any event, the idea is
What makes it worth $85?
okay. What makes it worth $85 is they literally have more beers than I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this place goes beyond, above and beyond. I mean, it goes farther than I've seen a World of Beer go, and World of Beer tends to have a lot of things on tap. I mean, I don't know what their numbers are. I don't know what their hard numbers on what they have and what they can't get or whatever, but I know it's a heck of a lot of beer, and it's a lot of things. Let me put it this way. Most of the beers I've gotten from there, because I've never find them in a Publix. I never find them anywhere else in like a liquor store or ABC. I just can't find them, so I go there.
Got it.
You had me at hard, so
I've never had you at hard. That's a weird.
You weren't one of the small, soft things that Dane loved to
Oh my
see
god.
do a big, long, hard thing.
No, I'm not a mannequin in the mall.
That's not talking about mannequins. All right, let's move on. This is enough pussyfooting around. Amazon Go. Have you guys seen this commercial? Did you guys see the commercial for Amazon Go?
Yarp.
I
watched it and I was like, oh man, this is the future of shopping. I was like, it reminds me of when you could actually go to your house, sit on your couch, and then just shop from your mobile device. Then I was like, wait a second, that's Amazon. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm talking about Amazon Go. And I just lost my own mind. Basically, Amazon Go, you take your nifty cell phone cellular device, you swipe it as you walk in, you go to the grocery store, and you grab a yogurt, your milk, your lean cuisines, some tampons for Ryan, whatever you need, and each product has a sensor on it. And you grab the product, and you put it in your cart, or essentially wherever, and you walk out. And when you walk out, when you walk past the sensors that you scanned, those sensors set off that you bought XYZ things, and it automatically just dings your Amazon account and rings your credit card, and you get a receipt right there. Pretty freaking amazing. Say you didn't want those tampons, Ryan, you could put them back on the shelf, and then they don't charge you for those tampons that you picked up for your butt. It's up to you. Like, you whatever you want.
I only use it to contain Louse's questions because he didn't want any from last week.
What? What are questions doing up there?
Where was I?
That is.
You were on duty, my friend.
Oh, duty.
It's a big duty.
Yeah.
Not anymore, because I got it plugged.
Ow.
Okay.
How are you bragging?
You can also buy butt plugs at the Amazon Go, and they just bill you. It's great.
Oh.
So what do you guys think about that? You guys
for butts plugs.
So there's two different takes, because I think Ryan and Dane, you'll have different opinions on this. Lost, I think you'll make some quips, but Dane, why don't you start off? What is your take on Amazon Go, whatever it's called? Amazon
It's cool.
Go.
It's a cool concept in my mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, logistically how it's going to work. So watching the video, it said all these fancy words. They do all these crazy mathematics.
Like and Amazon.
Us
Go.
Marines, we're not,
Go.
IR Marine, but whatever. So I don't know if it, is it going to catch, is it going to scan your phone no matter what, or is there going to be bugs to where maybe it won't scan your phone? I feel like there's going to be a lot of technologically, I don't know, issues.
I think it'll operate like a subway. If you don't scan, you don't get in. That's it.
I don't know. It's a cool concept. Are they going to build their own grocery store, or are they going to implement it?
Start in Seattle. Yeah. Seattle will be the first one.
Yeah, I like it. It's a cool idea.
So they're building their own grocery store, or is this something that we're using at our current grocery stores?
No, Amazon Go will be a grocery store. Yeah, it'll be in a strip mall, or just like a Publix or anything else. Then you scan to get in, and you pick up your groceries and you leave. What it does is it makes no lines. Sorry, no lines, no cashiers, no nothing. You get what you want and you leave. That's all. And that's the beauty of it, is to expedite the process.
You're gonna get
If
those
they
ship
could put
bags
that
though. That
Walmart, that would be fantastic because that would be awesome. But I don't know that when they get down to that Southern territory, they start taking on Publix. That's going to be a hard challenge to beat.
Do you understand how many people at Walmart can't figure out which end of the computer to pour the magic dust into? Like,
Dude,
come on, man. There's
like,
no way
the
they're going to be on board
worst.
for that. I mean, I've literally
It is the worst.
I've seen people just wait at a self-checkout like someone's going to show up. I've seen it twice.
That's so
Like,
true.
They're just like, is anyone even working here? And I'm like, clearly.
No, it's on you.
Yeah, you're in the self-checkout, so
Well,
you're
how about
working here.
15 self-checkout lanes, and there's like 3 of them working, and that damn voice, put it in the cart or put it in the bag. It's like, shut up. I don't want to put it in my I don't want to
butthole.
bag it. I don't want to bag this.
What
I
you're
wanna put
looking
it
for is
Here, but I don't want to.
unexpected bag item in the bagging area. That's and it's a good
The
tap.
fastest way to get out of Walmart is to go through the home and garden section. Every
I would
time.
actually say over the fence in the garden, but yeah, it's fine.
You can do that. Too.
Whatever, man.
Why is this all of a sudden a Walmart conversation? I
Dude,
don't
you
know.
brought it here.
I don't know.
Evidently, this beer brings
Corporate greed, man. That's what. Wait, no, boo,
No,
corporate greed,
boo.
man.
Ah,
I was
doing that.
I would like to throw my 2 cents in here about a store launched by Amazon where your phone is apparently the checkout girl and your monies.
What's gonna be a girl?
Girl, madam.
yeah, Laos is
I mean,
2016.
I don't.
Come on, man, give it
person.
time.
Okay, guy. Individual.
Robot, really.
uh,
Essentially, this
human,
conversation
human.
about robots.
Yeah, you guys are trying to personify the robot. I think you guys are the problem. I mean, you guys are the reason this will not take off. But
Maybe.
other than the fact that, okay, so first off, I got to bring up burner phones. Like, where are we at on that? Like, oh, yeah, I've got an Amazon account. And then they walk through the cashier. They're like, I'm going to pay for all these things. And then sidearm the burner phone into a trash can. And they're like, this is all free. Like, I just don't.
Guess what? Amazon will take your money one way or the other. I wouldn't worry
doesn't it
about
go
it.
to your Amazon? It pulls from your Amazon account.
As in you can't you will be barred if you don't scan an Amazon account. And if you can't scan it, you'll be able to type it in. Like Amazon is smarter than that.
And they're gonna have to
Um,
have security. Like you're gonna have
Right.
those shit bags.
Well, that's-
trying to
And that's
cheat
my
the
defense to people because you've already seen you
But
may or may not have already seen
the
the
real-
outrage for. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the real question is it less expensive?
I think
That's
over
the real
time and
question.
volume it will be. But I think the problem that we're going to face that we'll see is people say, what about the jobs, man? You're eliminating all the jobs.
Yeah.
Not really, asshole.
Mm,
Somebody has to make the little scanner. Somebody has to make all the crap that's in here. Somebody has to be there to make sure that the stock is there in the store, that you're not stealing, that there's a manager, that when Ryan's phone acts up trying to buy all those tampons,
Windows
you know,
phone.
Because
somebody gets to fix them. Right, because it's a Windows phone. I'm like,
Or they
Say,
can just
let's
get a
be
job
honest
at
here.
freaking
Let's be
Amazon.
honest.
yeah, right.
Well, I won't say anything. Mm-hmm.
Then
That's
why would
Ryan
you have
being-
spoken up? Like
That's the
what you were
sound
gonna
of
say.
Ryan being
Fucking
quiet.
interrupt on a podcast.
I'm just
That
gonna.
is the sound of
No, I was gonna say something about Amazon, but since we're talking about them and they are a great company and I use them, I'm not gonna say it.
And they're a sponsor
Sponsor.
where we get money from them every week. Please shut the fuck up.
this
Yeah.
part right on out. Can't talk bad
I'll
about
just
your
edit this
sponsors.
out. We'll be
Yeah.
fine.
So then how about this? Try this on for size, right, guy? Fuck off, man. Keep this shit
I
around.
just know I've got an Amazon credit card. I'm Amazon all day. I'll wear an Amazon shirt. Send me a shirt,
That's-
Amazon.
That's
I'll wear an
weird. 'Cause That's
Amazon
not what
shirt.
I heard. That's not what I
Careful,
just
I
heard.
think Amazon's listening.
I was gonna. I know. I misspoke. I was gonna take one person's opinion of a situation, and totally like put it out there. And I shouldn't have even said anything. So I'm redacting my statement. So
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you think this is? Some sort of opinionated conversation that we're trying to
Not
have
at
here?
all.
Like,
I am the least opinionated person I know.
we're corporate America, man. Just shut up.
I'm all
Great
day.
idea. Great
Amazon.
idea right here. Can we just bleep every single word that he just spoke for the past 2 minutes out?
Make me
Like,
sound like
but
Kenny?
like beep 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 beep, and then like I chime in beep 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 beep. Like, yeah, that's pretty good. It's better.
We are gonna move on to our
We are.
next bit of news. The next bit, guys. So first off, anyone who's out there listening and doesn't like Star Wars, first off, this is not the podcast for you. You should probably look at somebody else's.
No, you can just
we
listen to us. and grow the fuck up and be somebody cool and like Star Wars. Okay.
Be one of those cool
Fuck
dorks,
you.
not one of those
Fucking
stupid
watch us and listen to us. Give me money, bitch.
ones. All right, are you sure that isn't Bouse? That looks like Dane, but I feel like that's Bouse.
Oh,
No,
no.
get it again. You got it again. No,
This
just
is
Dane. All right,
Dane.
just
Okay.
being an asshole.
Come
Oh
on.
no, there he is. He loves Toyota at Bouse.
Oh man.
Well, you know what else he loves? The Kenobis. So I wanted to
Oh.
talk just because we're so close to all the Star Wars stuff that's happening, especially now that Rogue One is what 8 days, 9 days, 8 days away. I think 7 days away because technically it comes out tonight, midnight next week. So we're gonna have to walk through our plan, boys. Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. They talked about it, how it's on hold, and this transitions to our next story, but. It's funny because we had always talked about with the Star Wars standalone movies that an Obi-Wan movie was imminent. And they said, no, it's Han Solo and it's Rogue One and maybe it's something else. Well, they straight up said that the Obi-Wan movie is on hold. I have one explanation for that, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. Are they? Because think about it. So we've got Rogue One this year, Episode 8 next year, and then the following year, 2018, we'll have the Han Solo movie come out. I don't think Kenobi plays much of a role with Han Solo because they didn't know each other in that franchise in Episode 4. But because they straight up said that Kenobi movie's on hold, 1 year prior to Episode 8 coming out, is Rey a Kenobi? I wanted to launch that for this podcast so I could see the differing opinions. I see two gentlemen with camouflage hats. Laos, kick it off, and then Dane, we'll kick it to you.
Technically, you didn't see any gentlemen because we're wearing camouflage hats. But on a serious note, you saw whispers in the wind, my friend. They talked about them in Pocahontas and never looked back. So, is Rey Kenobi? Ooh, boy. It's my firm opinion that no, she's not a Kenobi, because that wouldn't sue that Obi-Wan Kenobi, broke his vows of Jedihood. Probably not called vows. That was the wrong.
Not necessarily.
Adjective. Well,
not necessarily. What if he had a
no
sister
love,
or a brother or anybody else?
Super burn. I actually never thought about that.
Right.
Moving forward. Also, I feel like the movie might have stalled because they can't figure out how to phrase an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie 2. Like, are we calling it Toby-Wan Kenobi? Like, that might have nope, that's not it. Okay, the panel says no. So, moving on.
All right. Well, thanks for that. We'll probably just edit that out completely.
Oh, that's
Appreciate your insight,
don't
though.
do that.
Let's just go to
Oh.
Dane. Dane, what would you think for what do you think about this Rey might be a Kenobi thing?
She could be Obi-Wan Kenobi's granddaughter. I think that's what the theory is.
Yeah.
I think, doesn't she hear the voices of Obi-Wan?
Yeah, in The Force Awakens, he was the first voice. Yoda was the second voice when she touched Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah. I mean, she's like, Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of stuck to himself. Rey was kind of a hermit herself.
A lot of parallels.
There's a lot of parallels. She could be. I don't think she is. I think she's a Skywalker, but that's my opinion. But
I want to put it.
I vote Skywalker.
But if it comes out that she is a Kenobi, like, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I get it. But
Okay.
I don't think so.
So, Laos, you got a point. Go ahead and make that, and then I'm going to challenge you guys for one question. But go ahead, Laos, man.
If we're really bringing up the subject of who is Rey's parents, I have to say, in my opinion, the theory I like the most is that she's not a Kenobi, she's not a Skywalker, that she's a Palpatine.
And how would she be a Palpatine, though?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because Jakku does play an important role in Palpatine's history. I haven't read it, but I've just looked at the cliff notes and whatnot from online. But actually, in the book, The Aftermath Life Debt, I don't know if I'm supposed to.
I read both of them. I read Aftermath and Life Debt.
he goes to Jakku.
Not
and he
for
looks
any
for something. Yeah, not for any extended, but there's a chance. That exists. That chance exists. However remote it may be, similar to Jakku.
So I have a point on that one. I think that Palpatine, I think that slice of Palpatine's history is too close. It makes the universe too small to make her a Palpatine. I think it would be interesting, as in that she was like this, offspring of this dark side, member, which is Palpatine. I think that would be interesting. I think that'd be really making the universe smaller. I think the Kenobi aspect, because it's so disconnected, as in that he passed in the first Star Wars movie ever, and then 5, 6, 7 came out where there's another, opposed to another Kenobi tie, opposed to how Palpatine was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All throughout those movies, and then they're going to bring Palpatine back again in 7. Like, I think that in terms of plots and story wise, I think that's weak. I think bringing a Kenobi back after being in Episode 4, dying there, Force Ghost, coming back in 7 would be kind of cool. My personal opinion. I wanted to ask a question for you guys. Let's have 3 options on there. Is Rey a Skywalker, a Palpatine, or a Kenobi? Start with you, Dane. Take your vote. A, B, or C. Skywalker, Palpatine, Kenobi. So you say Skywalker?
Skywalker.
Last man. This is recorded. Remember this, guys. We're going to play it back.
Team Palpatine.
Really?
Yep.
Palpatine? Okay. Right guy, what do you think?
Skywalker.
I'm saying Kenobi. I'm telling you guys right now, she's a Kenobi. I don't know if it's granddaughter, niece, cousin, whatever. I think she's a Kenobi.
I'll reiterate real quick. Dane has not been wrong about one thing, show or movie wise, this year.
That's true. Yeah,
he's been wrong on several.
Very, very factual.
I'm sticking with Team Dane on this one. Yeah. So
he's been wrong about red beards 100% of the time. Just FYI for the listener.
They're far friendlier in person than they are on.
Yeah, okay, I mean, it's Anakin's and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber that called out to her. So I think that's a big thing. Keep in mind, though, with a lot of these opinions and, hey, what's this, what's that, is you got to keep in mind of the general audience. Because a lot of these things we're kind of pulling from are from Rebels.
Yeah.
Not many people watch a cartoon. So
it's true.
Obi-Wan in Rebels, his love interest would not be Rey's mother. So you don't really, the general audience do not know who Obi-Wan Kenobi's love interest is. So I don't think they're just going to, she's a Kenobi, but it's like, well, how? You have all these movies and there's really nothing. So that would be my take on why she's not a Kenobi.
Just like a subtitle that pops up, like "Watch Rebels," and then just like goes away.
I think it's extremely valid, Dane. Like, and I'm not saying if she turns out to be Skywalker, I think that'll be predictable. But again, it's I don't see it too far-fetched.
It could be predictable, and like I said earlier, if she's a Kenobi, then I'll be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
but cool.
It'd be a twist. I think there'd be a twist. Ryan, you were trying to say something. I'm sorry.
Explain it at least when they do it.
How old she is and at what time after everything I think first occurred, when she got dropped off there, then I would say you got to look at that as a big picture.
We saw her get dropped off in the flashback, and we know that she's in her early 20s. Like, those are what we know. She was a child when she was left there. And we know that when we saw her again in Force Awakens, she was in her 20s. So
there's a small window of chance that it happened before
when she was legal.
Obi-Wan,
and remember,
of course, got hacked off by Vader.
If you go back to the last movie, in one of the trailers, I don't know if he says it, but it's Luke Skywalker's voice saying, "The Force is strong in my family." So I think Rey is a Skywalker, but. Go ahead, Donnie. What we got? What else?
Yeah, we got to go because we got about 5 minutes left.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. So we got to move on. So
for me.
Well, we got one more story here, and basically this just kind of is a leak because there was 2 pieces of news that came out, and again, we got 5 minutes. We got to make this one pretty quick, and it's a shame because it's very rich here. But basically, there was a story that came out. There was a brand new trailer for Rogue One. And there was a featurette called The Creature Feature, and basically the fans have been going gaga over this because there's a particular scene. It's about 1:21 long. This clip called The Creature Feature. And basically there's a scene in it where there's this giant kind of like abominable snowman guy with a face mask is testing out his legs, right? And so he's running in this little hallway, and in the background you see a figure who has no arms, no legs, and he's kind of in like this position where he's looking kind of up. And then behind him, you see a more detailed figure where he's got, nubs and some mechanical pieces, and it looks like something that would have been when Luke was in the Bacta tank.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, yep, that we've seen people be in Bacta tanks. And he was just kind of floating there. He had a breather on. He had a mechanical device there. People are alluding that this could be Vader, or it could be somebody that has been hurt very bad. There's some really good strategic evidence here, and I can just read a bit of this, then we can talk about it. But basically, many fans have made the similarities between the large center frame in the back tank there and the tank that was shown in Empire Strikes Back. Because of these similarities, fans have concluded that basically that glowing cylinder in the first trailer, it's a brief scene in the first trailer, is in fact the Bacta tank, and that could be because there's red-clad Imperial guards there kneeling in front of that, and then someone, I think he's in a black cloak or something, kneels in front of the tank. It very much could be Vader. That would be very cool if it is. But that means that he had to have had some sort of terrible damage. We only think that he's like that because it would have been the stripped down, just really hurt Anakin Skywalker. And that could have been just kind of what he was going through at the time from a battle or a previous fight, or as we saw in Rebels, which Jane has noted on, maybe it's the battle after Ahsoka kind of knocked him down a couple times and kind of went at him. We don't really know if that's Darth Vader in stasis or what it may be, but it looks a lot like him. So it's a very cool kind of piece to tie in there, and hats off to the fans for kind of pulling this out there and really just saying, it's pretty neat. The cool thing is that there's a piece of Vader's past where he really embraces, well, first he hates his legs, as you saw in the end of the third prequel.
No, yeah, he super squished all the robots.
He super squished them. He just hates all the robots, and he smashed them all. But there are a few years when he actually embraced his parts and whatever as healing, and he thought that made him more strong. And there's a quote that they actually called out from the Lords of the Sith book, and it goes like this. It goes, Vader completed his meditation, opened his eyes, and his pale flame savage face stared back at him in the reflective black transparency of his pressurized meditation chamber. Without neural connectors to his armor, he was conscious of his stumps and legs and the ruin of his arms. The perpetual pain of his flesh, he welcomed it. Pain fed his hate, and his hate fed his strength. Once as a Jedi, he meditated to find peace. Now he meditates to sharpen the edges of his anger. Once he'd found his armor hateful, foreign, but now he knew better. He realized that he'd always been fated to wear it. Just as the Jedi had always been fated to betray their principles, he had always been fated to face Obi-Wan and fail on Mustafar. In doing so, failing and learning. The armor separated him from the galaxy, from everyone, made him singular, freed from the needs of his flesh and the concerns of his body that once plagued him, and allowed him to focus solely on his relationship with the Force. So, if Vader is in fact in the Bacta tank in Rogue One, why is he there? Is this a result of the battle from the cartoon series, as you mentioned, Dane, with Ahsoka? Does he receive further injury in Rogue One that forces him to seek medical attention? Is that why he becomes weak? And when he's lumbering around fighting Obi-Wan in the first movie, is that why he looks that way? We don't really know, but I just wanted to poise that out there again. We'll spend 2 minutes talking about it, but give me your thoughts, guys. I knew that was a lot, but I thought that was extremely important just because it came out. It's timely, and by the time we talk next week, Rogue One will freaking be here. So give me your thoughts.
Like I said before, the general audience do not know about Rebels. I don't think they would put something crazy in the movies. So my first thought in this tank, it's going to go two ways. Is Palpatine in the tank, and it's Darth Vader. But then I thought, well, Darth Vader doesn't wear a cloak.
Why
so
would Palpatine be in a tank?
I don't know. So
Scuba
that,
He
diving.
looks the same from episode 3 prequel to episode 4. He
Yeah,
looks
so-
exact. A
so
fucking
Darth-
crusty old
Darth
nasty
Vader
wrinkle face. Looks
is
like a
Darth
testicle.
Vader in the tube. So my thought is Darth Vader's in the tube being healed for whatever reason because he's burnt to a crisp, and maybe he needs to go in there every once in a while to heal to stay alive.
I would do it in a less
Eh.
public place, though, wouldn't you? Like I went on
I mean,
my
he's
red
got the
card.
two. He's got the two Imperial guards.
Be hiding his weenie. Like, would he be hiding his weenie? Because he can't do that with his own arms. He's
I
in
don't
that
know.
tank.
He doesn't
How's
have a weenie. He's just
You
a
can-
torso.
You don't
his,
need
his
your arms
weenie
to
didn't
do
get
that.
burned off. It's just his legs, man.
You don't
Taking
need your
his
arms
ween
to hide
off.
that. Yeah, you don't need your arms to hide
My
that.
first thought is it's Vader in the tank, and it's
Just
Palpatine.
one robot arm over his weenie.
It's Palpatine coming in.
To the same
But-
pool? Like a
but
hot tub at a Holiday Inn?
Is not kneeling
No.
because why would Palpatine kneel to Vader? It'd be
He
the other
wouldn't.
way, right?
Right.
I think he's going down. He's going down a little ramp into the room.
No,
He's not even kneeling because it doesn't even show him take a knee. It just sees him
It's a
kind of
camera
go down. And if you look around him, it's all coming.
It
and
is-
The
it is.
viewers,
It's concave,
the viewers
yeah,
are
it's
seeing me like, yeah, it comes down like this, and then there's the tube. So, Laos, you like to do this to your
And-
hobo friends, but you know, but I think it's coming down. I think it's Palpatine coming down, checking on
Like,
Vader.
coming down like Lost his friends.
Yeah, just
They come down
Yeah.
from the
Coming all
bridge.
over him.
From the
Wait.
bridge.
Wait, where are his friends too?
it's either
No,
that
hobo
or
friends, not
the
us.
cloaked figure
Sorry,
is
I had to say-
the cloaked figure is the new, maybe not new, but another villain, maybe
There's a
That-
couple
but
in
then
Rogue
we
One.
would have known about it.
the black cloaked. You know,
Yeah.
Who is that?
Well, The black cloak is in episode 8. The white cloak is Ben Mendelsohn. We know who he is. Krennic. Krennic is
Does
in
the white
white.
cloak become the black cloak?
Yeah, we
Is
don't
this
know.
sort
that.
of like a whoopsie daisies, backsies, versies kind of thing?
I don't know because it was only shown in that first trailer. But Laos, did you have any thoughts about this, man? We got to keep this thing rolling.
Just keep it rolling, man. I got too many thoughts.
Yeah.
I got a
Right.
thought, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I know
Good,
I don't
good
offer
for you.
much on these Star Wars topics. I wish I could offer more, but I did check out some, things on the internet and, take it for what it's worth. It may or may not be true, but it's a fan theory out there that it is Vader, that he's going through that, and it explains the reason why Vader in episode 4 is not the greatest lightsaber
Lumberous.
swordsman, if you will. Yeah, he's
Lumberous,
all
right.
over the place because he's getting used to like his new mechanical arms and legs and things like that. So take it for what it's worth, but at the same time, it did say that George Lucas hired the guy that originally played Vader, and that he told George Lucas that he was a great swordsman, and it turns out that he wasn't. So that also explains that kind of fan theory there. So just want to throw that
So-
little nugget of goodness out there and see what you guys think.
Here, okay, so let's do one more round because I have best case scenarios. So speculation time, and this is where we can actually say what we want to say for this scene. So what I would suggest, this is what I would love to see. This scene happens, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the movie ends, right? Where for the last 55 90 minutes you've seen snippets of Vader. So you've got Vader here. Maybe Vader's only on the screen for say 25 minutes out of the whole movie. I don't need to see all Vader, but he's here, he's there. And in the beginning, man, he's just mowing people down, right? And he's just killing it and doing good stuff. And then all of a sudden, you see another one and he chokes somebody out and boom, then Vader's out of the scene. Then you get to Act 3, and then Act 3 opens and Vader mows another bunch of guys down. Then all of a sudden, this group of rebels, these group of rebel spies turn, and there's a battle, and he's unsuspecting, and boom, boom, he gets shot a couple times or he gets hit, and then the movie kind of ends with Vader, getting this healing time, and then all of a sudden this person walks into the Bacta room. He's having this conversation with Palpatine. Vader's in the tank there, and they say we've got to figure this shit out. It's just about the time when Vader gets out of there. Then all of a sudden, Episode 4 picks up. Like that's what I'd love to see. If this scene with Vader in the Bacta tank is the opening of Rogue One, I'm gonna be pissed because what the hell? That doesn't make any sense unless they adapted what happened from Rebels. Dane, what would you like to see for this scene in terms of speculation? I mean, am I on point, or do you have a different vision for that?
I have two visions. It's either it's Vader in the tank healing because he has to heal that. He has to heal to stay alive. And the cloaked figure coming down is Palpatine. That's my first theory. Second theory, it's still Vader in the tank, but it's a rebel dressed in a cloak who has snuck in and has come down to see who's in this tank.
Why
To
would he
pull
get past
the
Yeah,
How would
that
you
would
pass
be my second theory. And then something bad happens and they get
How would he
decimated.
get
blows
past
them
the
up? That'd be
guards?
cool too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That one's iffy.
But see, to counter your point, Dane, if Vader needed the Bacta tank to live, you don't see the Bacta tank in any other movie with Vader in it. So I feel
Or
like
they've never really shown how he gets into the suit and actually to a point they did, but maybe they really dive
kinda
into
did.
it to see how he healed from being chopped up to
But then you put it back to the beginning of. Then you put it back to the end of 3 and put that scene in the beginning of 4.
Yeah.
Like Donnie was saying, he doesn't want to see that. He wants to see it at the end because remember, at the end of 3, he wakes up and he's like, when he finds out. You know, yeah, exactly. So that would totally
all he says is my
put that
dick.
back to the end of 3. That too. So I don't know a lot about Star Wars, the ins and outs, but I've seen the movies and I know that would not happen.
It's gonna be Vader in the tank.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot riding on that mouse. What's your optimum speculation? If you were gonna say, what is that scene? Where is it at? Give it to us, man. 30 seconds.
So that scene, I mean, I agree with you guys. It's Vader in the tank. He's in the tank. He's floating about. In the cloak there, I say that's Palpatine. Or I say that's so maybe Snoke. I don't know. I can't really. You can't see.
Tarkin.
Ooh.
It's not
Okay.
Palpatine.
You can't see too much of anything, so I can't speculate on who that is. I want to say Big Boss Man. So I'm gonna say Big Boss Man, possibly Snoke. Hashtag maybe Palpatine. I don't know. Whatever. Comes walking on up, and then all of a sudden, backflip out of the tank. We got Darth Vader flopping around, going. He goes, "How much is that doggy in the window? This much." And he's flipping the birds. I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like it's something. There's Snoke. There's a Big Boss Man in the cloak, and then Darth Vader's in the tank. So,
all right, Raga, any final thoughts? We got to wrap this up.
I have a theory. Yep, I think we are all going to find out what happens as we all go before the movie. We're all going to go to the bathroom, and we're just going to find out what happens in there.
No, we're not.
Yes, we might. We very well might.
We are not.
All right.
Final thought.
I am making a beeline. I know Donnie, you probably won't be there, but I'm making a beeline to my seat. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to give Laos a $20
just wear a
bill.
diaper.
I'm going to listen to this
$20
podcast.
bill, and I'm going to say, Laos, go get me a popcorn and a Coke. I will be right here.
Get a diaper.
Stay tuned to the podcast for the pre-show because I'm going to bring something special when we all get together. If it works out, hopefully it does. I'm going to bring something special from a local brewery, and I feel like everybody's going to love it. We'll take pictures, we'll take audio, and I'll share more later at a later date.
Are you sneaking in booze?
Speaking,
Sorry,
don't put that on the radio.
No, I'm sneaking in blue milk. Shut up.
All right. Speaking of next week, why tune in next week? Of course, Rogue One comes out next week. Next week, we will do our craft beer pairings for Christmas. We will do a couple more Christmas pieces there. I'm sure you'll enjoy. Please tune in with us. We do appreciate everybody that listens to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Android, everything else, Patreon, YouTube. Please find us on YouTube. The videos are a lot of fun. You can see a little bit extra content. But just by following us on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button. Make sure you review us too. We haven't really asked for reviews yet, but we would love some reviews on iTunes if you can do that. A review on YouTube or anything else. Please keep sending in your tweets. You can reach us at or hashtag Brewmasters Club Cast or any one of us, which will all go into. We're also at Brewmasters Club on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and again, hashtag Brewmasters Club Cast. Ryan, where can the good people out there find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at BrewBoy813 and let me know what beer you guys might want me to make at some point.
I think the Matrix is trying to get you back, buddy.
The
You're
blue
a little robotic. Lost man, where can they find you?
Oh,
You can find
We
me.
got it, Neo. We got it, Neo. Thank you.
Yeah, we you can find me at Not Getting Talked Over by Ryan, aka at Mr. Lousman, on Twitter. Always there for you guys to chat amongst yourselves about myself.
All right. And Mr. Dane?
At Mr. Bouse Man.
Nope.
No, you can find me at DT Mirt, MIRT on the Twitterverse.
Fantastic. And again, thank you to audible.com. This has been great just to be part of this. Again, if you I say it all the time now, you've got a week left, guys. If you have not read or listened to the Catalyst novel, you can find it on Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/Brewmasters Club. Get it for free. For free. Download the book. Download the book. You got it for 30 days before you have to pay for anything. If you don't like it after 30 days, guess what? You can cancel that shit. It's fine. Just check it out, all right? Check it out. We appreciate you guys. Everyone, have a great night. Again, we will see you in a week when Rogue One is here and upon us. Have a great weekend, everybody. We love you. Thank you.
Peace.
Pretty sure.
Cheers.
I gotta pee.
Hope it's still in there.
You've been listening to the official podcast of the Brewmasters Club, Craft Brews and Geek News. Grab a beer with the guys and be sure to subscribe to catch additional content. Add this podcast to your favorite RSS feed or iTunes. Chat with the guys on Twitter at Brewmasters Club and Facebook and online at www.brewmasters.club. Cheers!